I am Sananda. I come at this time to be able to be with you and continue to share with you, to share the continuing changes that are occurring across the planet. Those changes which you may not be aware of. Many across the planet are not aware of because so many things are happening, what you would call, still yet behind the scenes. But all of that is coming to fruition, coming to a crescendo, more and more. And you are going to see a great revealing of truth coming forward. A truth that cannot be held back. The light cannot be held back, for the darkness will disperse. It must disperse. It either turns to the light or it is consumed by the light. And there is nothing, and no one that can stop this process any longer. Even though they continue to try, even though they continue to do those things which they have known to do for so long that have worked so well for them, they are realizing that they cannot withstand these higher vibrations, and have done everything they can to hold the vibrations down. They have done everything they can to raise fear, to raise anger, to raise hate, to divide one from another. But they cannot do that any longer, because those of you are rising up, those of you that carry the light, anchor the light, and share the light are rising up now as one together, and shouting out to the heavens that you will not go along with their plans any longer. You will not allow them to control you, to hold you back, because you are realizing more and more that you must let go of all that has happened in the past. All that holds you back, that resides within your chakra centers, that programming, the karma, all of that, is now being let go, and you must let it go. You must forgive all that has ever occurred to you from anyone, anywhere, as well as within yourself. Forgive yourself, and then let go of the memories that still continue to hold you back, that hold you down. Not that you stop remembering, but that you let go of those things which hold you back in those remembrances. You will remember many things as these changes come forward, as truth comes forward. You will remember even back beyond this lifetime, back to your past lives. Many of you will even remember back to even before you came here to this evolution. But none of this will hold you. That is where you are moving to move beyond the past completely, where it holds you within the chakras, where the programming holds you back. For the programming can no longer hold you unless you let it hold you. And once you have let go of the programming that is residing within your chakra centers, once you have let go of it, you will move beyond this illusion once and for all, and you will finally fully realize that yes, it is but just an illusion, and it can be nothing more that can hold you. And once that realization comes, you will have moved fully into the higher fourth and even fifth dimension, where Earth now, where Gaia herself resides, and is now holding that place for you as well. As you move into these higher vibrational frequencies, and as you move into higher and higher vibrations, all of those things that have held you back or interrupted your life in whatever way it might be, whether it be viruses or anything that would create fear or anything like that that has held you back, will no longer hold you. You will not have to deal with those things such as the viruses. The virus itself will move through. It is destined to move through and to be eliminated because of the vibration. Lower vibration cannot stand within higher vibration, and you must fully come to understand that. But when you reside in the higher vibration, nothing of lower vibration can harm you, nothing. So be at peace, my brothers, my sisters, be at peace. Because that is where you are headed now, into a peaceful, loving world where nothing and no one can hold you back from your destiny, from who you are and who you are yet to become. Trust in all that is happening within you, and trust everything that is happening where those of us are working to bring this about, to help you to bring this about. Those of us, those of the galactics, all are helping this process. You are certainly not alone, never were alone, and never will be alone. I am Sananda, and I leave you now in peace, and love, and oneness, and that you continue to hold on to who you are and finally realize the full potential of who you are, because you as a collective cannot be held back any longer. One who serves, channeled by James McConnell. Mani, Padme, Hum. Mani, Padme, Hum. Hum. Greetings to you. One who serves here, and Shoshana is here. We are ready to move ahead in this process. We will take your questions now. We do not have message here at this point, but we will see with your questions what comes from that. So do you have questions here for One who serves and Shoshana? And yes, now you can unmute your phones if you have question. Guest, hi One who serves. Can you hear me? OWS. Yes we can, dear one. Yes. Guest, good. I was wondering, with the changes in Europe and the changes in people, why would they have to be done in the background and not out in the open, where all the public knows what's happening and knows the process of how to get to the fifth dimension? OWS. because for so long those of the dark forces have held themselves in the shadows. They have not come forward and shared who they are and what their plan was. But now that their plan is in process more fully, they are coming out of the shadows, for they cannot hold themselves back any longer. They are doing everything they can to hold down the vibrations, but they are doing that in terms of attempting to hold you back from moving up into those higher vibrations, and they cannot do that any longer. So those things which they have attempted to keep within secret are now being brought forth as truth more and more. So even though those things are still happening, as you say, behind the scenes, they are coming out more and more, as you are seeing the wholeheartedness in many respects of ridiculousness of those things which they have held back before, but now are being revealed more and more to the public. And we say that, because the public is receiving much of this now, the general public. Those of you, the light workers and light warriors community, you have been aware for some time of these things more and more. But even the general public is now being shown some of these things which have been held back here. Okay, Shoshana, Joanna Higher Self, channeled by Joanna McConnell. We will share here. May we share with you, dear brother guest, always Shoshana, dear brother. The planet that you reside upon is a transitionary planet. It is a transition for those that dwell in the third dimensional realm and those that wish to move forward in consciousness. At this time, not all wish to do that, and not all will do that. When you say why is it not out in the open for all to know how to achieve fifth dimensional consciousness, we had to chuckle a little because it is out in the open. It is known, you see, and those that wish to follow the path to fifth dimensional consciousness will do that. They will find a way. They will research. They will be in groups like the one that you are in. You see, they will seek to know. They will move forward because they seek to know. And that is how this occurs. You see, each has to wake up to that understanding. Each has to feel the flame in their hearts and the longing to move forward. And when this happens, all will be revealed to them. You see, as each wakes up and each finds themselves wishing to move forward in consciousness with a deep desire to let go of the third dimensional realm, all will be revealed. You see, it cannot be a set of instructions, because it will fall on deaf ears. It must occur when that person who wishes to move forward finds it in their heart that they wish to move forward. The must. OWS. Yes, and we would add it is for those that have eyes to see, and ears to hear. And those of you have those eyes and those ears at this point. But there are many across the planet that are not at that point yet. Some will move in that direction and others will not, because they will not be open to the expression of higher vibrations at this time. Would there be other questions here now? Guest, I have a question about something that happened about 15 years ago. It's been nagging me ever since. I was out of body, and I don't know what planet I was on. However, I saw a small ship that was sitting in a park. I approached it, and the first thing I knew, I found myself inside the ship, and I was sitting behind two people that were inside the ship laying back in their seats. They were interesting seats that were molded to the shape of their body. It was really interesting. They were beautiful human beings. They had almost black, but maybe very dark brown hair. They were very much like the humans that I know on this planet. They could walk amongst us and nobody would know the difference. Now years later, I kind of related that experience to my daughter, and she said that she saw the same thing right about the same time, except she was afraid to go in the ship. But she saw people that were blonde, thinking they were probably Pleiadians. Now I have been trying to figure out for years where these people came from. I won't ask for specific things. I know you can answer individual questions. However, do Pleiadians have dark-haired people as well? OWS. So is your question about the Pleiadians? Is that your direct question? Guest. Well, I don't know if who I saw were Pleiadians or not, but they were just as human-looking as I am, and as they could go down the street in my town, and nobody would know the difference. OWS. That is correct. Guest. Except they had dark hair. OWS. The color hair, or the color or the complexion, whatever it might be, is not important here. The importance is that you were given this glimpse, an opening, we will say, into higher vibrational frequency, higher dimension, that you were given this glimpse into this. And it is important, because you and your daughter have a connection there as well. You are both connected in terms of souls together here, group souls together here. It does not matter what color was the hair or anything. Those of expression coming from many of the different civilizations have the human-like expression here, and their color is many different colors here, but different than what is here on this planet. But also understand that they can shift their appearance to whatever they want to. Many can do this. Guest. That what I was thinking. OWS. Yes, they can appear as human as you are, and no one would be able to tell the difference. And they have done that. Many are walking among you. Shoshana, do you have anything to add here? Shoshana, we wish to share her. Dear brother, may we share? Guest, oh, absolutely. Shoshana, dear brother, do you wish to know this experience so that you can feel that your daughter is connected to you? What is your true need to understand here? Guest, well, I know my daughter is connected to me, because we have telepathic experiences all the time. But no, I was just curious who my brother and sister that I saw on that ship were. I was just trying to figure out who they are. Shoshana, they are your family, dear brother. Guest, oh, I know. Shoshana, so they are your family, dear brother. So how fortunate you are to have had that experience, you see. Because in that moment, you met some of your galactic family members, you see. And if the one that you call your daughter did not have the full experience, she can have it again if she wishes. And perhaps you are looking for proof. Guest, no, I don't need proof. Shoshana, so it does not matter, as one who serves as given, what they look like. What matters here is that they made the connection. Namaste. Guest, right. I just wanted to add we didn't exchange actual words with our mouths, but the general message I got from them was we are your brother and sister. We do not consider ourselves better than you. We just love you, and know that we are all together. Something of that nature. OWS. They were just simply reminding you that they were there, that they are here for you. Just bringing a remembrance to you in that moment. Shoshana, how fortunate. OWS. Yes, very much so. There are other questions here? Guest, I think I was next with my question. I know everybody's body is different, but I want to know your feelings about the wisdom of putting metal or titanium in areas of your body. For example, a titanium implant in your jaw, in your mouth, because you have a missing tooth. I have been doing some research, and it says that some metals can cause down the line Alzheimer or are more attracted to 5G frequency and EMF. I just wanted your feedback on titanium implants in your jaw, or if it is better to do a bridge. OWS. What we can tell you is that is indicative of the third dimension, in terms of those things which would work within the third dimension. But you are moving beyond the third dimension. So those of you that would have those implants, as you are saying, at some point you will move beyond where there would be any defect from that. If you were remaining in the third dimension with all of these various technologies that are coming forward in the third dimension in terms of 5G, and those types of things, then yes, it could cause a problem and effects from this. But know that as you are moving into the higher vibration, you are becoming immune to those things which are of low vibration and cannot affect that of high vibration. Okay, Shoshana, do you have anything to add here? Shoshana, we do not. We would ask if the sister got the answer she was searching for. Guest, yeah, I think so. I am also wondering if maybe in the near future there might be things that actually can grow back teeth, like maybe a bed or some other things that might be able to grow back the teeth, and if it's okay just to leave it empty for a while since good things are coming. OWS. Leave it empty in terms of not having the implant? Shoshana, she has lost a tooth. OWS. Yes. What we would say to you at this point is to do what you need to do in the moment. Do not be concerned about what is coming, but be in the moment. If it is more beneficial for you to fill the tooth with something there, then do so. Know that as you move into the higher vibrations in the future times here, you are going to be exposed to those med beds, and then even beyond that the crystal chambers. And this will replace all of those things which are of low vibration with the actual DNA process and consciousness within you. Guest, great. Thank you. OWS. Yes. Would there be any other questions here? Guest, yes. Where and how is Dr. Wanda doing now, on the other side, in the fifth dimension? OWS. The O is wonderful. She is very much happy and enjoying her sojourn at this point, and knowing that she is out of this expression here, she is elated, we will say here. So there is no need to be concerned. And we know that the one that she has left behind that spoke earlier, she is very much in connection with her and letting her know that it is a wonderful experience once you pass to the other side. Now that, of course, is not encouraging you all to do that more quickly. We are not saying that at all, but know that there is no reason to fear the passing over, the movement of one part of your journey into the next. Okay, Shoshana, we wish to share here. May we share, dear brother? Guest, oh absolutely, sure. Shoshana, dear brother, this one that was known in this lifetime as Dr. Wanda was a creator. She was inhibited by time, by material, by the third dimensional realm that is slow. She finds herself now with the tools of the fifth dimension to create. Can you imagine that all the challenges of the third dimension, for example, those engineers that build a bridge here, takes years of planning and labor, and challenges. Now, those in the fifth dimension have the light at their disposal and can create in an instant. She is in her heyday. She is enjoying this. Namaste. Guest. Right. Thank you. I glad she is doing well. OWS. We have said this before, but we will bring it up again. You have that Robin Williams movie, Had Dreams May Come. That is a very strong indication of what happens in the Passover, which you can work with, and, as Oshana has says, you have the light and the higher vibrational frequencies to work with here. Okay, will there be any other questions before we release channel? Guest, I have a question. OWS. Yes, guest, I was in a car with my neighbor and we were driving. We happened to look up in the sky, which was kind of cloudy, but the sun was peeking through, and we saw a bright light coming down from the sun into the other cloud that was close to the earth. I wondered in my mind if that is part of the great event, or part of it, or maybe you can give me an answer to what it was. OWS, a glimpse. As we have been say, a glimpse into the higher vibrational frequencies of the higher dimensions. A glimpse. Oshana, do you have any other discussion? Oshana, we do not add here. OWS. Very good. Simply a glimpse. Guest. Okay. Thank you. OWS. Yes. We take one more question if there is, otherwise we release channel. Guest. I have one. OWS. Yes. Guest. What I wondering is all this talk about the Zim and the dinar, and money for humanitarian projects and these types of things. Are these going to happen within the third dimension? Is this something that we need not concern ourselves with, that we are not going to be here for? Is that what going on? OWS. It is part of the transitionary process from the third dimensional paradigm into the higher vibrations of the fourth and even fifth dimension, in that process. So there will be this indication, or this expression, that will come forth, but it will not be a lasting expression, because you will move beyond the need for this. But in the transition, it will be very much welcome. We will say here. Oshana, do you have anything to add here? Oshana, we will share. May we share? Guest, yes, please. Oshana, dear sister, in our perspective here on this planet, there is much imbalance. There are those that go hungry each day. There are those that cannot and do not have places to live. There are those that their children die in their arms because they are hungry. There is much imbalance on this planet. So what must happen in this transition is that which you call humanitarian projects must even the playing field, must create the basics for many. And once the basics are created, then those that have not had their physical means met can move forward in consciousness, can raise themselves, can go on their journey and spirituality. It is very hard for those that are diseased, that are hungry, that are wanting to move forward in consciousness, you see. So this great changeover that is occurring will occur. There will be a transition as one who serves has given, to lift them up and to even the playing field on this planet so that all have their needs met. Namaste. Guest, thank you. OWS. Very good. Then we are ready to release channel. Oshana, do you have any parting message here? Oshana, we will give a short message here, that all must come into the idea of being of service to others. That is all. Namaste. OWS. Very good. And we just say hand on ear. Hang on. Continue to do those things that you need to do within the moment. Practice being in the moment. And do not be worried or concerned about what is yet to come. Just be in the now and everything is going to work out beautifully. Shanti. Peace be with you. Be the one. Channeled by James McConnell.